Welcome to the Learn and Talk English podcast. Today, we have an exciting episode lined up for you. First, we'll explore Sunil's inspiring journey to confidence, a story about a student from India who overcame his struggles with English to thrive in a postgraduate program in the United States. Then, we'll hear Maria's journey to success, the story of a determined professional from Spain who built her confidence in English and landed her dream job. After that, we'll dive deep into the theme of this episode, building self-confidence in English communication. Now, let's start by listening to Sunil and Maria's inspiring stories.
Sunil, a brilliant student from a small town in India, had always dreamed of studying in the United States. His hard work earned him a place in a prestigious postgraduate program at a renowned U.S. university. But while his technical skills were exceptional, his lack of confidence in English filled him with anxiety. Sunil feared participating in discussions and struggled to keep up with fast-paced lectures, making him question whether he belonged. In his first week, his professor, Dr. Williams, noticed his hesitation in class and invited him for a chat. "Sunil, you're incredibly talented, but don't let language hold you back. English is just a skill, and like any skill, it can be improved," she said. She advised him to practice daily, listen to podcasts to build comprehension, and speak without fear of making mistakes. Inspired by her words, Sunil committed to improving. He listened to English podcasts during his morning walks, practiced speaking with classmates in a conversation group, and made an effort to participate in class discussions. Though nervous, he pushed through his fear, viewing each mistake as a step toward growth. With consistent effort and Dr. Williams's encouragement, Sunil's confidence flourished. By the end of the semester, he was leading discussions, presenting his work with poise, and connecting with classmates from around the world. His improved English not only enhanced his academic success, but also gave him a sense of belonging. Years later, Sunil graduated with honors and became a respected computer scientist, working on groundbreaking projects at a top tech company. Reflecting on his journey, he often credited Dr. Williams's guidance and his persistence for transforming his life. Today, Sunil shares his story to inspire others, proving that confidence is built through determination and the courage to take the first step.
Wow, wasn't Sunil's journey truly inspiring? His story showed us how consistent effort and the courage to step out of your comfort zone can transform your life. Sunil's determination to improve his English helped him thrive academically and shaped his future success. Now, we're moving on to Maria's journey to success. Maria's story is about her transformation from feeling unsure about her English skills to landing a dream job in the international business world. We'll hear how she overcame her fears and embraced professional growth opportunities. Let's listen to Maria's story.
Maria, a determined young woman from Spain, always dreamed of advancing her career in international business. Though she was highly skilled in her field, her limited confidence in speaking English held her back. In her hometown, English was rarely spoken outside of classrooms, and Maria often avoided using it, fearing mistakes or judgment. When she was shortlisted for a prestigious managerial role at a multinational company, Maria knew English fluency was crucial. The interview process required presentations and discussions in English, and she worried her lack of confidence would ruin her chances. Despite her fears, Maria decided it was time to overcome this hurdle. Seeking help, Maria enrolled in a professional development program where her mentor, Miss Carter, gave her practical advice. Practice speaking daily. Use everyday opportunities to speak English, even if just with herself. Watch and mimic. Watch English interviews and practice mimicking their pronunciation and tone. Embrace mistakes. View errors as learning opportunities, not failures. Maria embraced these tips wholeheartedly. Every morning, she practiced speaking in front of a mirror, simulating potential interview questions. She watched business-related TED Talks to improve her vocabulary and pronunciation. Maria also joined a local language exchange group where she practiced conversing with native English speakers in a supportive environment. Gradually, her confidence grew. By the time of her final interview, Maria delivered her presentation with clarity and poise, impressing the panel with her expertise and communication skills. She was offered the managerial role, marking a significant milestone in her career. In her new position, Maria frequently collaborated with international clients and presented at global conferences. With each interaction, her confidence deepened. Reflecting on her journey, she realized that persistence and a willingness to learn had transformed her life. Today, Maria is a successful business leader, mentoring others who face similar challenges. Her story reminds us that growth begins with courage and a commitment to improve, one step at a time.
After listening to the inspiring journeys of Sunil and Maria, it's clear how determination and persistence can lead to incredible transformations. Sunil showed us how stepping out of your comfort zone and embracing consistent effort can open doors to academic and professional success. Meanwhile, Maria's story highlighted the courage it takes to overcome self-doubt and seize opportunities for growth in the international business world. Both Sunil's and Maria's journeys remind us how truly powerful determination and persistence can be. They faced their fears, embraced opportunities to improve, and emerged stronger, more confident, and more successful. Their stories are not only inspiring, but also practical examples of how anyone can overcome challenges with English and achieve their goals. Now we're excited to move on to the next segment. We'll hear from two excellent experts, Jack and Olivia, who will share their insights on building self-confidence in English communication. They'll discuss tips, techniques, and strategies to help you grow your confidence and improve your English skills. Please stay tuned, and we encourage you to listen to this podcast multiple times. Focus on learning new vocabulary, phrases, and expressions, and don't hesitate to take notes to apply these lessons in your daily life. Let's dive into this insightful discussion.
Welcome back to Learn and Talk English. I'm Jack, and I'm really excited for today's topic.
Yeah.
It's one that I know a lot of you guys struggle with.
Absolutely.
And so am I from time to time. It is building confidence in speaking English. And to help me explore this topic, we have Olivia, an experienced English language instructor.
It's a pleasure to be here, Jack.
I'm glad to have you.
Thank you.
So before we really get into it, we've got two really inspiring stories.
Yes.
About individuals who overcame their fear of speaking English to achieve their goals. And I think these stories are really going to illustrate just how powerful perseverance can be and what confident communication can really do for you.
Absolutely.
So we'll start with Maria. She's a talented professional from Spain.
Okay.
And she really needed English for this promotion,
Mm-hmm.
but she lacked the confidence to really go for it.
Yeah, I think Maria's experience is something that a lot of learners can relate to. You know, that feel of making mistakes or not having a big enough vocabulary.
Oh, totally. And it can really impact your professional life.
Absolutely.
And what really stood out to me about Maria's story was her dedication to overcoming this.
Yeah.
Every single morning, she would practice English in front of the mirror.
Wow.
I mean,
that's dedication.
It's dedication.
That's great.
And I think it's such a simple but effective strategy.
Right. And it's something you can do at home, and what she's doing is building fluency by repetition. She's correcting herself. And you get used to hearing yourself speaking in English, and it really does reduce anxiety over time.
It's like, athletes, they practice every day.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is the same thing.
Yeah.
And you know what? It worked.
That's awesome.
Maria aced the interview and got that promotion.
Good for her.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah, it's a testament to hard work and consistency.
I love that.
Yeah.
So it shows that anyone can make progress if they just put in the effort.
Exactly. And you don't have to be paralyzed by fear. Taking action is what matters.
Love it.
Cool.
All right. So now we'll move on to Sunil. He's a brilliant student from India who's attending a really challenging university program here in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he definitely had the academic skills,
Mm-hmm.
but his English fluency wasn't quite there yet.
Yeah.
And it really started to weigh on him emotionally.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Being in a new environment, surrounded by native speakers.
Right.
It's easy to feel lost and even start to doubt yourself.
Absolutely. Language is so important to how we see ourselves and where we feel we belong. And when we can't express ourselves, it really can impact our confidence.
Yeah, he really started to feel like he didn't belong.
Yeah.
But thankfully, he had a professor, Dr. Williams, who saw his potential.
That's great.
Yeah, she was great.
A supportive teacher can make such a difference.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
She saw him struggling. And, she didn't just offer some empty words of encouragement.
Right.
She actually gave him some concrete strategies.
And those strategies can be so valuable for English learners.
Totally. What kind of advice did she give?
Well, she told him to focus on consistent practice immerse himself in the language as much as possible, and most importantly, to accept that mistakes are a part of the process.
Okay, so don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Exactly. So many learners get caught up in trying to be perfect,
Right.
but making mistakes is actually how we learn.
It's part of the journey.
Yeah.
I like that. And it's amazing how Dr. Williams' advice and just her support really transformed Sunil.
It is.
He started participating more in class, having conversations, and he flourished both academically and socially.
That's wonderful. It just shows that sometimes all it takes is the right guidance and a supportive environment to really unlock your potential.
And it's so interesting because while Maria and Sunil's stories are very different,
Mm-hmm.
they both initially felt held back by their English-speaking skills, right?
They did.
They both had those moments of doubt and fear that I think we all experience.
Yeah, but they both made the choice to improve.
Exactly. They stepped outside their comfort zones and embraced the challenge.
Right.
And the results are amazing.
Yeah, they both achieved their goals, and it just proves that anyone can overcome these language barriers
Absolutely.
and open up a world of opportunities for themselves.
If they have persistence and the right mindset.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is inspiring to see how they both took these challenges and made them into something positive.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how they each had a different approach to it. It shows
yeah.
that there's no one right way to learn.
Totally. Like, I remember when I was learning Spanish, I tried those language exchange apps,
Yeah.
but I felt so awkward, like I was constantly stumbling over my words.
Right.
But then I found that listening to podcasts or watching Spanish movies with subtitles,
Uh-huh.
that worked so much better for me.
It's all about finding what clicks for you.
Yeah.
And, that reminds me of another important takeaway from Maria and Sunil's stories.
Okay.
It's all about your mindset.
Oh, yeah, like when Dr. Williams told Sunil to embrace his mistakes.
Exactly. It's not just something nice to say.
Right.
There's actually research that backs that up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called the affective filter.
Okay. The what filter?
Affective filter.
Affective filter.
Yeah. And basically, it's this idea that when we're anxious or afraid to make mistakes, it creates a mental block that stops us from learning.
Like, we're so worried about being perfect that we can't actually take in any new information.
Exactly. But when we have a more positive attitude and see mistakes as opportunities to learn,
Yeah.
that filter kind of disappears and our brains are more open to learning.
Oh, wow. I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Like, I used to be so scared of mispronouncing words or messing up the grammar that I would just avoid speaking altogether.
Right.
But then I realized that I needed to let go of that fear of making mistakes
Yeah.
and just focus on getting my message across.
Absolutely. And the more you practice, the more comfortable you'll become.
It's like working out a muscle.
Exactly. You got to keep using it.
So what are some practical steps that our listeners can take to build their confidence in speaking English?
Well, I think the first thing is to find opportunities to practice consistently.
Consistent practice.
Yeah. It could be anything like joining a conversation group or finding a language partner or even just recording yourself speaking.
I like that.
The key is to make it a habit.
Yeah, just a little bit every day goes a long way.
Exactly. And don't forget about immersion.
Okay.
Surround yourself with English as much as you can.
Like listening to music.
Yeah, music, podcasts, movies, TV shows, anything you enjoy.
So you're constantly hearing the language.
Right, and you'll start to pick up on the nuances of pronunciation and intonation.
That makes sense. And what about different learning methods? Like, are there some that are better than others?
I think it really depends on the person.
Yep.
Some people do well in a traditional classroom setting,
Right.
while others prefer to learn on their own.
Yeah.
There are so many resources out there nowadays, like apps, websites, you name it.
It's like having a personalized language learning toolkit.
Exactly. And one more thing, don't be afraid to ask for help. If you're feeling stuck or you need help with a particular aspect of English, find a teacher, a tutor, someone who can give you feedback and guidance.
It's like having a coach in your corner.
Exactly. And remember, you're not alone in this.
Yeah, Maria and Sunil, they both had people supporting them.
Right. And you have this community. We're all in this together. That's so true. It really is a community effort.
Yeah, we can all learn from each other and support each other.
Exactly. And speaking of growing and improving,
Yeah.
let's talk about the benefits of being confident in speaking English.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about communication.
Right. It opens up so many doors.
Exactly. Both personally and professionally.
Like we saw with Maria, she got that promotion.
Yeah,
And Sunil had a much better experience in university.
absolutely. And it can even boost your self-esteem,
Totally.
You can connect with more people, make new friends.
Yeah, travel the world.
Exactly. Imagine being able to talk to anyone from anywhere. sharing ideas, making connections.
That would be amazing.
It really would.
Yeah, it's like a whole new world opens up to you.
And that's something worth working towards, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, to wrap things up,
Yeah.
I want to leave our listeners with this thought.
Okay.
Building confidence in speaking English. It's a journey.
It is.
It's not a destination.
Yeah, you're constantly learning and growing.
Yeah, so just take it one step at a time
Celebrate those small victories.
and never give up.
And remember, confidence is something you build.
It's not something you're born with.
Exactly. You have to believe in yourself.
And surround yourself with people who believe in you too.
Absolutely.
Well, that's it for today's episode of Learn and Talk English.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everyone.
We hope you found these stories inspiring and the tips helpful.
It was great being here.
And don't forget to stay tuned, like, comment, and subscribe for more tips and inspiring stories on your English learning journey.
We'll see you next time.
Until then, keep practicing and keep believing in yourself.